Hey there, this is Jeff doing Jeff Things. Today I'm going to talk quickly about drying, as quick as drying can get. I just went through a monsoon, so I managed to change my clothes, but all of my other clothes are very wet. You can see by the percentages on them. I've found that some clothes dry faster than others, like in the real world, so socks dry pretty quick. Backpacks, on the other hand, are a different story. So I am going to go ahead and light my fire. I use a bonfire for drying. It seems to be the fastest for me. The burning stage, 0 out of 10, 0 being basically 100% capacity. So I try to keep extra wood around to keep it stoked, because I have found when it gets to even like 1 or 2 or 3, it slows down the drying process. I've put a few boards down just so you could see the clothes a little bit better through the grass and the twigs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the backpack, and I'm just going to drag it. Let's see, that's the board. So I'm going to drop it, and then I'm simply going to drag it over here, twist it a little bit until it turns blue. And once I have it on the ground, you can hover over each item. Right now it says wetness 94.1%. So we're going to come back to that in a moment. So I am going to drag the rest of my clothing down, and like so. I think the boards might have not been a good idea, because it seems they're inhibiting me from placing items. So I'm just going to move these out of the way. Okay, so we're going to put that back. 92.2% wetness. Get all my shoes. Here's some socks. Anyways, you get the Jeffs on the clothes. So once I have some clothes down, I can hover over each one and note the percentage. You can see that the shirt is beginning to dry, as well as the backpack and the pants. It's 85.1. It's not moving. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So what I've found in my drying experience is that these clothes ultimately will not dry if they're just sitting in the same place all of the time. I've found that I have to move them around to get them to dry. It's kind of like grilling the meat. You can't just put a piece of meat down in front of the campfire and think that you can walk away and it's just going to be finished. Especially the backpack takes the longest to dry, and it's not quick. I'll give you that. You're going to be coming back and forth checking your clothes as they dry. Looking at the socks here, the wetness is now 0%. Those dried pretty quickly, so I'm going to take that out of the mix. You can see the little blue drops indicated on each piece of material. The shirt no longer gives a wetness status, so I'm going to put that back in here. I have noticed that clothes that are, let's see, like some clothes, if they are like in your closets, your cabinets, they won't show a dirtiness or a wetness. You have to put them in your backpack to check the status of them. So now the shoes have dried. That's good. And the gloves, they're very dirty, but they're dry. And checking the rest of this, these are almost dry. The blue does go away once it drops below a certain percentage. The wetness on the backpack is 83, as it was 0.5 and dropping. The wetness is holding at 79.2. And the wetness here closed. The gloves are dry now. This is still drying. Tactical sweater 13.3% and drying a little slow. So I'm checking all of these things as the fire continues to burn. And sometimes I've found, again, where the backpack just stops drying and it won't dry at all. And sometimes moving the backpack around doesn't allow it to dry more. I've found I have had to pick it up and put it back down into another place, like the meats, to get them to continue to dry. I often check my fire, make sure that my burning stage is still at 0. And as I'm going about things in my base, I just come back and continue to check the status. On occasion, I'll be drying and all of a sudden it starts raining. So you definitely want to get your stuff in and out of there if that happens, or you're going to be sitting out here doing the drying process all over again. Hovering over the backpack, we're at 78%. So I think you get the gifs. It's just a matter of giving it some time to dry, and so you'll be good again. Again, if your clothes are dirty, you want to wash them with soap first and then go ahead and dry them. So thanks for watching. I hope this was beneficial. Please like if this is helpful, and we'll talk again soon.